Hey y'all, the train pulled off late tonight, but it still pulled off. So I'm glad to see y'all in the building. Don't forget, hit the like button, okay? Hit the like button if you're gonna be a passenger on the platform or on this in the train, okay? And we do look like we got some free seats in the train if you want to come on through. Free if you purchase your ticket by hitting that like button, okay? So tonight's trending topics. First of all, let me back up a little bit, everybody, and say happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, y'all. Happy Thursday. Glad to see you in the building here for trending topics. As usual, we got stuff to talk about, okay? So tonight's trending topic title is too much. Somebody in the chat go hashtag too much. Too much is the title, right? So there's this wild police chase. So a suspected robbery happens. The guy who allegedly did the robbery, he carjacks the car that has his girlfriend and the little 2-month-old baby in the car. Carjacks the car. He gets to driving down the road in a wild police car chase. The 2-month-old baby's in the car. He goes and live streams him running away from the cops. The girlfriend's in the bag begging, please, pull over, stop. She was like, you doing too much. You want to take the life of me and my baby. She said, because they pointing at this car. The cops with the pow-pows. So she's begging him to please give himself in. Like a movie, he keep driving. Unfortunately, but fortunately for the cops and her, he goes to a dead end. So now he's trapped. And he still took a minute before he came out that car and didn't have the little baby in his hands. It was crazy. Crazy. People out in these streets, they doing too much. Get a job. Get a job. And I'm going to be very honest with you. And I'm being so serious when I say this. Oh, Rebels, thank you. It's Wendy Williams' birthday today, her 60th. Happy birthday, Wendy Williams, wherever you're at. Happy birthday to the queen of the purple chair. Listen, even if it's you, your girlfriend, and a baby, as long as you got a roof over your head, you got a little kitchen area where y'all can make yourself something to eat. It's called the studio apartment, people. That's all you need. You just need somewhere to sleep. Then you work, you go to school, you do what you have to do to better your life. But what you don't do is be out in the streets robbing and stealing from people. So my thing is, you would rather be in a jail cell with a roommate that could potentially try to violate you than to be in a studio apartment where you have the freedom to turn on your TV, play with your cell phone, watch Netflix, eat food from your refrigerator in your kitchen. You rather be cleaned up. That make sense. So we're going to talk about that. Too much is the title, people. Too much. Then we got Janelle Monáe. You know, she's saying she does a whole lot of stuff. I think some people, they get bored with life and they just don't know what to do with themselves. And everybody's addicted to social media. They want the click, the view, and the like. Everybody, they're just addicted. Addicted to the point where they will do anything to get some attention. She thought it was a good idea to recreate the scene when Michael Jackson was alive and he was in that hotel and everybody wanted to see this kid blanket and wanted to see his youngest son blanket. And Michael Jackson, he goes to the window, he holds the baby outside, the baby got a blanket over his head and holds the baby so the people can see him, and the people lost their mind when Michael Jackson did that. Yes, they did. She thought it was a good idea to recreate that, and she had a robotic dog, and she recreated that scene, and the people dragged her across the coals, up and down the block. They dragged her for film, to the point where she ended up deleting the video. People came for her. They was ready to cancel her. told her she was a disgrace. I mean, she did a video, y'all. They told her she was a disgrace. They're disappointed in her. They said, what you going to do when you see Michael's sister Janet Jackson? You know, a long time ago, I'm going to say probably the 80s, the 90s, and the early 2000s. You know, what's that, Saturday Night Live? They used to do the craziest jokes. They used to mock everybody. And it was a kiki and a ha-ha. Now you can't do nothing. To all the comedians out there, keep your head up. Now, Janelle Monae is not a comedian, but it was probably definitely distasteful what she did. But is this something where she need to be canceled? They called her classless. It came out her neck. But again, it's not her brand. And see, one thing you can learn from the old school people, learn a little bit from Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez said 24/7 she's representing her brand. That's why she do Pilates, yoga, squats, running, jumping, hopping. She said her glam squad is with her all the time. Photographers are with her. Videographers are with her. Her security, her people, her assistant. So even if Jennifer was about to think about doing something that was off-brand, the people in her camp be like, hold on, wait a minute, don't do that. These new school celebrities, they need a real team behind them. Not somebody that's going to gaslight you, not somebody that's going to yes you to death. A real team to tell you, no, don't post that. Cardi B needs some people because she stay in her feelings and she stays on the social media. Honey, something happened to Cardi B. The first thing she do, she don't think about dialing 911 or nothing like that. She pick up the cell phone and go live. It's ridiculous. They don't know how to protect their brand. And with the way the world is so sensitive these days, you can't say one thing off because it will destroy your brand in 2.2 seconds. And just when you think nobody was watching but you, somebody's always awake. I think some of these people like TMZ, all of them, Neighborhood Talk, The Shade Room, they don't sleep. I'm a one-man show. So sometimes I don't get it to 2-3 days later or when I wake up. I said, oh, that happened? All right, let me talk about it now. I know I'm late, but I'm going to talk about it now. No, The Shade Room and all of them, they got a machine behind them. 24/7. They probably assign people certain celebrities. Watch the account all day. Soon as they say something, you catch it. That way, if they do a live, you're already recording it. If they don't save it, you got it saved. They need publicists. Protect your brand. I don't know what's wrong with these people. Protect your brand. You know how hard it is to build a brand? And then you're going to work all that hard work to build it, and then you're going to do something stupid to tear it down? No, not I. Then we got Soulja Boy. The problem I have with people, I don't understand why people want to out people when it comes to their sexuality. I don't get why people, you know, what's this, Brother Bilal? He tried to do it with Will Smith and it fell on deaf ears. Brother Bilal thought saying what he said about Will Smith was going to be his 15 minutes of fame. Nobody cared. Nobody listened. People were like, why are you saying this? Why are you doing this? They turned on him. He thought because Will Smith did that slap at the Oscars, it was his open window to kick Will Smith while he thought Will Smith was down. But what he didn't know was there were still people out there that loved Will Smith, and they said, Brother Bilal, who cares? But then not only that, right after Brother Bilal did that, the whole Diddy thing dropped. And it really drowned out what Brother Bilal had to say. Because everybody was like, oh my gosh. That Diddy stuff shocked the world. Yes, it did. And we must have been inundated with Diddy for like maybe 5 to 6 months straight. Everything was like boop, 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 Diddy. Brother Love. That's all we heard about. So allegedly, I forgot the guy's name, but we'll get into the story. Said he was sleeping with Soulja Boy. And so and did an interview with Tasha K. So Soulja Boy is calling it all lies. And now he wants to sue Tasha K. Why don't you sue the person who claimed they were sleeping with you? Why don't you sue the person that lied on you? If you said that this person lied, if Diva said she was in a relationship with you and Diva lied, I don't care if Diva talked to the Post, the New York Times, Rolling Stone, whoever I talk to, why you not suing me? But anyway, he's suing Tasha K. He's calling it all lies. But before I even get there, I don't know why this man felt the need to out Soulja Boy if allegedly what he's saying is true. What's your purpose? What's your point? Where is it going to get you? And what does it matter? And for all the individuals in the world, well, let me back up one more time again. Let me back up again. What is her darn name? Raven-Symoné. Sometimes you got to hear other people's stories and how they moving down the road that you about to go down, and you pick up tips. You pick up little tips on the way. Yeah. There's a lot of YouTubers I have watched, even though they have done some things themselves on their shows that they may have crashed and burned. You know, this is saying too, you got to be older to know this commercial. They used to have commercials encouraging people to wear their seatbelt. And they used to have a dummy in the car, and they said you can learn a lot from a dummy because the dummy was putting on their seatbelt. So whether the person is doing something right or wrong, you can still learn a lesson from them. You may learn how not to do said thing, or you may learn from them how to do said thing. So from Raven-Symoné, her mother told her, before you sleep with anybody, because you in the industry, she said, I don't care how you feeling about them. Don't be slipping up and just having no one night stand. If you feel you about to sleep with this person, have them sign an NDA. Just make them sign an NDA. Raven-Symoné told this story. Raven-Symoné said that even when she told her mother, when she met her current wife, when she first met her, she told her mother, I really feel like she the one. And her mother said, yeah, that's nice. Make her sign an NDA. That mother gave some advice. So my thing is, if I was in the industry, I don't care how I was feeling that night, how bad I really want to sleep with a person. You're not touching me until you sign this NDA. You got the NDA, now they want to go on somebody's podcast and run their mouth about you. You can sue them. Sign the NDA. And stop sleeping with people that just want to run their mouth about you. Whatever Soulja Boy and this other guy did or did not do, it should be their business. And he shouldn't be going on nobody's podcast telling the business like that. But these are our stories tonight, guys. It's Thursday night trending topics. The title is Too Much, and we're going to get into it. And I hope y'all ready. And listen, I spared y'all because there is yet again another plane story. I don't know what's going on the planes. It was another one I could have brought to you tonight. And I said, let me give them a break, and maybe we'll address that one tomorrow night. I don't know, because I'm getting a headache over these planes stories too. But anyway, I'm going to bring the people in the building. Y'all know what I need in the chat, right? What do I need in the chat? Because I got to bring the people on in the building. I need a what, y'all? I need a choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. It is Thursday night, trending topics, and I'm about to bring the people in the building. The title is Too Much, okay? The people in the streets doing too much. A wild police chase. He could have killed his girlfriend, the baby, in himself. Instead of working, he robbing people. And then you want to go on a wild goose chase, okay? Anyway, Janelle Monae. Then we got Soulja Boy. I'm going to go ahead and load this train up and bring the people on in. Hey, Leo.
Hey, Diva.
Hey, Savannah. Hey, Felicia. Hey, Katrina. Hey, Julius. All right, people, we in the building. We about to get this train ride started. Hey, listen, we got some seats open. Okay, if you ever want to come up and chat with us, maybe tonight's your night. Click on the link, come in the building. We don't bite. All we say is catch the train. Don't catch feelings. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get into this first story. You know what? We might as well go ahead with this Janelle Monae. I do think that people get too emotional now, right? And it's like people make mistakes, people may have a bad judgment, but I also think too, like I said earlier, she really needs to have a publicist and think twice, because she's not just anybody. She has a whole brand that she has to upkeep, right, and continue to build. So and but on a regular basis, though, I will say this with Janelle Monae, she pretty much she toots the line a lot, right? And this time she went too far and the people came for her neck. So Janelle Monae deletes video of her recreating Michael Jackson's blanket balcony incident at the Backlash. So the people came for her neck and she ended up deleting the video. Now here it is. Hold on, guys. Let me just go down a little bit so y'all can see. Now, I mean, I don't think it was that deep, but the people were mad at her. So listen, Janelle Monae deletes a video of her recreating Michael Jackson hanging his youngest son BG Jackson, formerly known as Blanket, over the balcony. The lipstick lover singer, who is currently on tour in Europe, posted a party clip on Instagram Tuesday and swiftly received backlash. In the post, Monae, who was dressed as a late king of pop in a red shirt and a short black wig, dangled a robotic dog over the balcony of her hotel. That's her in the picture there. I don't know why these things play so much in the background. Okay. While some fans thought the video was in jest, others believed it was disrespectful to Mark Michael, who died at age 50 in June 2009 at such a low point in his life. The fact that Janelle Monae is so classless now in attacking Janet Jackson's brother Michael has been dead over 15 years is pathetic and sad. Janelle, I hope you never have to face his sister now, because you did this, because what you did was sick and evil, and you know it. Not sure what made Janelle Monae think it was a good idea to reenact a low point in Michael Jackson's career 22 years after it happened and 15 years after his death, added another. Janelle Monae lost all my respect today. Ain't nothing funny about that. Let Michael Jackson rest in peace, tweeted a third person. I'm still upset at about Janelle disrespecting Michael like this. It was gross, said a fourth fan. Page Six has reached out to reps for both Monae and Jackson estate for comment, but did not immediately hear back. In November 2002, Michael made headlines when he dangled his 9-month-old son blanket over the balcony of his presidential suite at Berlin's Adlon Hotel, while the baby hung over the edge as shocked fans watched on. His face was hidden with a blanket. The Thriller singer later apologized for the incident, saying he got caught up in the moment and that he would never intentionally endanger the lives of his children. Michael, also a dad to son Prince Jackson, 27, and daughter Paris Jackson, 26, whom he shares with his ex-wife, Debbie Roll. The 13-time Grammy winner, welcomed BG, born Prince Michael Jackson II, now 22, via surrogate in 2002. I think they need to cut her a little break. I didn't think it was that deep. I think it was distasteful. Leo, what are your thoughts?
y'all pretty much know me. I am not that pressed. Yes, it was distasteful because as a person who was a grown adult when this happened, it wasn't funny then, so there's no way that it could be funny now. I remember thinking, how weird is this man? Like it was just weird. It
Weird.
was just simply weird when it happened to me, when it actually happened. So it wasn't funny then, and it's not funny now, and it's not because everybody is so sensitive now. It is because everybody's so sensitive. I will say people are extremely sensitive for all this stuff about, your class lists and how would you do this. Listen, I'm gonna give y'all. I was born in the 1900s. In those days, they used to have the Glad rags at the supermarket when you used to check out. And in those days, every Inquirer and Star and all of those papers used to call Michael Jackson Wacko Jacko.
They
Okay,
did.
he was plastered everywhere as being a lunatic and a fool. Okay. So it's a very interesting commentary on all these Twitter thugs and these Twitter people and these Instagram fools that want to call her all out her name because of doing this. Y'all probably wasn't even alive when this happened, because if y'all would have been like a grown adult or in full consciousness when this actually happened, you will understand that this is just not a big deal. Who is that?
I just muted. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. It is off her brand. It is tasteless. I don't know what you're trying to do. You must be bored. You must ain't got nothing to do, because she's really in the height of her career, to be honest with you. She is not only a singer, but she is an acclaimed actress. I have seen her in several films like Hidden Figures. She is a very good actor. I've seen her on Knives Out, The Glass Onion. She was a great actor on that. She really has some acting chops. So I don't understand, like, who you cleared this with? Like, who bought the robotic dog for you to do this? Like, I don't understand what made you think you need to jump into this bag. But girl, you're not a comedian, and you need to leave this type of thing alone. Leave it alone. I don't think she need to be canceled. It's really not that serious to me. But you know, maybe she'll learn her lesson. That's all I got, Diva. I'm gonna get off your line.
You are correct, though. She's an amazing actress. Amazing. And if I'm not mistaken, wasn't she in Harriet Tubman also? I feel like she was. I could be wrong. But either way,
she was in Harriet Tubman too. She has great acting chops. She has a promising career if this right here don't mess her all the way up.
Exactly. I mean, she was amazing. She's amazing. Amazing. And this wasn't necessary. Savannah, you're up.
Hey Diva, hey panel. And I too like Janelle Monae as an actress. I think she's extremely talented. Trying to figure out what was the purpose of this. For clicks and views, it seems that nowadays it's all about staying relevant. And I too remember this incident when Michael did it, and the backlash that he received. And that child has always been known as Blanket. We don't even really know his real name. It's always been Blanket because of that one incident. So for Janelle to do this, I agree she should get this backlash that's coming to her, but cancel her completely. No, I don't think so. We have so many more things that we can be focused on. But she should know better. She's as she's climbing in her career, these little stupid stunts for attention, clicks, and views. At some point, you have to outgrow them, and I hope she does learn this lesson.
I hope so too. Julius, you're up.
Um, it was tasteless, disgraceful. Other than that, um, not my circus, not my animals. Some people, without reason, are overly sensitive. They take to calling a person out, really, sometimes for no reason. Sometimes there is a reason to call someone out on social media. Sometimes there isn't. And some people love to be keyboard thugs and not really think. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you, Katrina. You're up.
Yeah. Even though, she's talented, she's a good dancer when she be doing her crazy dances and whatsoever. But she failed to realize, as Leo stated, people were calling him Jacko, Wacko, and all that type of stuff. But you still got to remember, this man was king of pop. So the people, when he did that, he got a lot of backlash. And you're doing it, that's not going to make your life that much easier either. Because regardless of what people said about this man or did, this man still could put in millions and millions of people to his shows, and people still love him, even in his death. He made more money in his death. I'm not gonna say then he did a lie, but people, they talked about him. But this man, he did a lot of good things, as in his music wise. So they could say, they called him all types of names. They did this, they did that. But once he met his death or whatsoever, he was still loved by a lot of people. And people do things for different reasons. I don't know. She's one of Diddy artists. I don't know. But the thing of it is, just let the man rest in peace. Y'all didn't give him no grace when he was alive. Y'all was all over him and all this type of stuff. Man is gone. Just leave him alone. Let him just rest in peace. That's all I got, Diva.
Thank you, Katrina. Felicia, you're up.
Good evening, everyone. So I saw the little clip. I don't feel one way or another about it. I don't have much to offer.
Um,
Thank you.
Thank you. Wayne, you're up.
Um, I don't. I'm like Felicia. I don't really feel one way or the other, and I don't think this is going to really hurt her career. But people pick and choose. They still talking about and making jokes about Richard Pryor running down the street lit on fire.
Mm.
You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Is that funny? Somebody running down the street burning up? That's not funny, but people make jokes about it. I mean, he made jokes about it. I'm not saying she should have done that. That was poor taste, either way you look at it.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, get over it. I don't see why this should cause any cancellation. In fact, I don't even understand why it's even a big discussion. But all it takes is one person to really put something out there to start getting it viral and circulate it, share it back and forth like that, and somebody pick up on it, and it's Michael Jackson. Okay, I mean, if it had been somebody else, it'd have been nothing. It wouldn't have been news. So I don't have one way or the other. Hopefully in the future she'll think about what she's doing. These people are getting on YouTube and seeing all the money that these people are making, and these celebrities can get on here and get on there and get monetized darn near overnight. And there's a lot of money in it. Ash Club Shay Shay. So, but you have to know what you're doing when you do that and know the backlash. Like you said, know the backlash, or have somebody to tell you, no, you may not want to do that. He was really popular. Try something else. But she got some views. May not be the one she wanted, but she got some.
I appreciate you, Wayne. Yeah, get a publicist because she has a lot of talent in her and she doesn't need this foolery and to do these stunts in order to survive out there in this entertainment world. So I'm going to move on and roll right into the next story. With this next story, we might as well go ahead and talk about Soulja Boy, right? I might as well go ahead and run right into that story. Everybody love now too. They want to say the word sue. And you can sue, but you need money to sue, and you may spend a whole lot of money and still not win. So I don't know, people got to figure out their life. Is it really worth it? So Soulja Boy sues Tasha K. You and William the Baddest crossed the line with those gay rumors. Okay. So Soulja Boy has filed a lawsuit against social media personalities Tasha K and William the Baddest. TMZ Hip Hop can confirm. The Crank That Raps star is suing over comments he claims were made on Tasha K's Unwind with Tasha K podcast about William and the rapper being in a romantic relationship, which Soulja claims are nothing but big fat lies. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna be able to play that because it's part of her channel. According to the lawsuit, William told Tasha on the podcast in May that he and Soulja Boy were lovers in graphic detail. The clip went viral online. Soulja says he gave both Tasha and William a chance to right their wrongs by sending them a retraction letter around the time he made his social media post denying the allegations. But now Soulja's up in the ante, suing the pair for defamation, sexual harassment, violation of right to privacy, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and more. William, for his part, later doubled down and tattooed Soulja's name on his cheek in purple ink, no less. Soulja is suing for more than $16 million in total damages. This is so messy. Just in case you don't know, William the Baddest, that's a picture of him, Tasha K in the middle, and then there's Soulja Boy. This is just such a hot, flaming mess. I think regardless of whether it's true or not, I still think that people shouldn't go around telling, who they lay down with. Keep it to yourself. Leo, your thoughts?
It's salacious. It's clicks and views. I went on William the Baddest. But first of all, the lawsuit that Soulja Boy is against Tasha K and him. The William the Baddest, his full name. I think his name is William Thomas or something like that. His name, he is also one of the defendants in his case. Because I seen the paperwork. So his name is on the paperwork. Okay, for one. So for two, I really don't care. Like, once again, I really don't care who this young man had, because the gentleman made it clear that it was a one night stand. And when you go to his page, the William the Baddest page, he ain't nothing but a fanboy. He ain't nothing for clicks and views. He doubled down and said, "Oh, you trying to sue me? And what? I'll meet you at a celebrity boxing match." And for a celebrity boxing match, it's got to be two celebrities, and this William the Baddest ain't it. So he not only said these things against this man, but then he doubled down and then want to do a celebrity boxing match. And I miss you too, and I can't wait to see you. If you really bother, let's do this and let's do that. He clout chasing, he a clown, he a fool, and I would not put any of my money into suing this person. Nobody would have known of this man had not Soulja Boy responded.
Right.
Nobody would have known about him. I don't really care if Soulja Boy had something to do with him. I believe Soulja Boy say he didn't, so he didn't. If he did, so what? Who cares?
Right.
I don't even care. You don't let people bait you into small-minded games. As far as Tasha K do what Tasha K do. And believe me, something else is going to drop tomorrow, and nobody ain't even going to be thinking about this thing. And you done pay the lawyers all this money.
Yeah.
Something else is going to happen. I'm not trying to tell Soulja Boy how to spend his money, because actually Soulja Boy do got a cute little coin, because Soulja Boy did some type of game or something that he sold to the people for millions and millions of dollars.
Oh.
Yeah, he got a cute little coin. He ain't just, that's the reason why he don't really do music, because he got a cute little coin. I ain't saying it's like, I'm not saying it's hundreds of millions of dollars, but it's tens of millions of dollars that he came up with a game and he sold it and he made buku money. And there's other stuff that he's done, like in the technology industry, that he's made money off of. So he ain't like he broke. It's not like he ain't got it. He like definitely has it. But why spend it on this fool? It's too much. People doing too much. And sometimes you don't need to feed into every Tom, Dick, and Harry that want to come up for clout chasing. Because if you look at this young man Instagram, he was on one of the baddie shows or something like that. He got beat up and kicked off for running his mouth. He ain't nothing but a clout chaser. Don't even, in my free advice, Soulja Boy, don't be pressed. If it ain't you, don't be pressed.
Right. Thank you, Leo. I appreciate you. Savannah, you're up.
I haven't seen the interview with Tasha K, but it seems like all her interviews lately are so far out there that I don't understand. It seems like these want to be known, or I'm not sure what's going on with this story, and who you can clearly tell that this person just wanted some media attention. I did see the clip of the interview, because Tasha responded back and stated for the servers exactly where she's going to be. So in case they wanted to find her to serve her, and I do believe I heard that Soulja Boy asked Tasha to take the video down, and also told the young man or the person that stop lying on his name. But they both continued, Tasha and this person continued to went ahead with the story, and so I can see why Soulja Boy is upset. And I honestly don't blame him for suing, but I just don't think that this is, Tasha was just merely the platform that they come and use. But does she bear some responsibility? She's not a true journalist. She's just a gossip platform. So I don't think he really has any fight. It's not like Cardi's lawsuit against Tasha. So and this rumor has been going on for some years now with this person. This is not the first time that this person has said that, and I don't even know who he is, but I've seen him trying to be noticed in several social media outlets. And Leo's right. I saw him on some baddie show, something. I don't know. I don't watch those shows, but I seen him out there. And it just seems like where's the ridiculous level at? Because I want to go under that level. I don't get it. And I don't think that Soulja really has a case against Tasha, but possibly on this person, because he's been talking on his name for years. So
thank you, Savannah.
And one more thing too, Diva. The thing that Tasha K doesn't care about this, and why she's doing all these reckless interviews, because she is under the bankruptcy protection. So it's not like any lawsuits are going to get through at this moment. And it may not even after she restructure her finances that a suit will be able to be honored, because she's under bankruptcy protection, so she don't care.
Okay, thank you, Leo. Julius, you're up.
If someone wants to be messy, they gonna go to Tasha K. If someone wants to be messy, they gonna go to Tasha K, and she provides the platform. I don't care who Soulja Boy doing a Humpty dance with. I don't care. If the boy gay, bi, Jew, it don't matter to me. Is it paying my bills? No. Like, if someone says, oh, they slept with me, oh, we did? Oh, okay. Hope I taught you some lessons. That's all.
Thank you, Julius. Katrina, you're up.
Yeah, it's the culture thing. It's not the thing of him even being gay or sleeping with a person that's gay by him being black and in the industry as being a rapper. It's looking as being weak or something like that. Because I don't know if he is that way or whatnot, but I know he abused a lot of women. And or I think it was one of his girlfriends, he had put the power out to her head, and he was supposed to pay her like $472,000, which he didn't. So the judge had them to seize his assets and all that type of stuff. So I don't know if he's mad with women or whatnot, and if he's that way, oh well. I mean, but like I said, in that type of thing, the rappers got to have a persona. You know what I mean? They have to keep their heartness to him or whatever. But like I said, because he have a problem putting his hands on women as well, which I know that's not part of the thing, but I'm just saying. So I don't know if he's that way. I really don't care, because what has he been on since that Love and Hip Hop Hollywood? I know Leo said he did a game or whatsoever. Maybe he had to do that game so he can pay off his, because he keep money. He does keep money, but he was telling the court that he was broke. So the court made the folks seize his assets or whatsoever. But either way, do we really care? Do we really care? I mean, I guess we care because we're talking about it. And I know, he want to keep his persona clean or whatsoever. I don't know what you're doing behind closed doors, and really do not care, because, like I always say, you probably wouldn't spit on me if my eyelid was on fire. So to each his own. That's all I got, Diva.
Thank you. Felicia, you're up.
To be very honest, if he feels that he has um, been depicted in a manner that is not favorable to who he is, and he is requested in a very professional and polite way for someone to take down a tape or take back some words or something like that, and they're not um, acknowledging that, I think he should go and retain an attorney and at least have a letter on record with the offenders, both of them, because I understand he's only going after Tasha. And she
No,
seems,
both of them. He's going after both of them.
well, good. He's good. And, I think I would rather you resolve it that way than with violence in any other fashion. So I'd go with that. And I support him in that. Thank you.
Thank you. Wayne, you're up.
Uh, I think they need to be a little more realistic in the amounts they suing for. $16 million. Um, in that industry, all the celebrities, people talk about them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nothing new. And sure, maybe he's that sensitive, but if he hadn't said nothing, I barely even know who Soulja Boy is, much less the other person they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes just silence is golden. You have to say nothing. Nobody. Some new article will be up the next day, a couple days later, and nobody won't even know your name, hardly. So I just think it's just to me just a waste of social media. Hardly.
I think you went on mute, Wayne.
I'm sorry, I'm done.
Okay, no problem. All right. Okay, guys, we'll go ahead and roll into this last story where not only did this guy jeopardize his own life and the lives of others because he was on the road, like having cops actually chased him. You know, he jeopardized the life of his child's mother and the 2-month-old baby. So I'm gonna go ahead. Let's get right into this story. I hope this is the video I want to show. I think this is it. Hold on one second. So I'll show the video first and then we'll get into the story.
On Slauson Avenue over the median, desperate to get around these busy intersections. He's going right into oncoming lanes of traffic.
A wild and reckless pursuit with a baby on board. The speeding driver fleeing deputies at extreme speeds, putting so many others at risk. Reporter Chris Christie right overhead in Air 7, calling it all.
Going the wrong way. Oh no! Look at this. He is gunning it, going the wrong direction on Jefferson Boulevard. Look at all of the traffic there is here. He is having to navigate traffic going in both directions, zigzagging across the median here.
The driver also live streaming the pursuit from behind the wheel.
I'm not gonna kill y'all, I promise.
Bro, just let us out the car.
As a woman who says she's the infant's mother pleads for him to pull over and surrender.
Pull over and put your
They gonna kill me, cuz.
Hey, you gotta pull over and put your hands up, bro. My baby's in the car, bro. Bro, just pull over and put your hands up, bro. My baby is in a car.
The driver eventually turning down a dead-end street where he tries to back up, but the car is quickly penned in by sheriff's cruisers as several deputies are seen rushing forward with guns drawn, taking aim right at the car. Moments later, the driver opens his door, and that's when we can clearly see the tiny infant in his lap.
We'll see here. We'll have a really clear view here in a second. That appears to be a small infant in his arms.
The baby appearing to be unharmed after being taken along during this wild and dangerous drive. Well, investigators holding a news conference just a short time ago. Eyewitness News reporter Leanne Suter joining us live now with what we have learned. Leanne.
Mark, that live stream alerting deputies to the fact that there was an infant in the vehicle, and they say that took their pursuit to level 10.
Oh, no, I'm not relaxing when you got my baby in the car. They got guns pointed to the car. They about to hit the car, bro. You're not thinking about your baby right now. You finna get our baby, too.
A desperate plea to escape as a suspect live streams a dangerous pursuit with his 2-month-old baby and the child's mother in the backseat.
Hey, you gotta pull over and put your hands up, bro. My baby's in the car, bro.
The video now part of the investigation into the heart-pounding pursuit.
Right through the red light, around traffic.
That ended with deputies rescuing the baby girl.
My concern was the baby. She was crying, and I just wanted to comfort her. My motherly instincts kicked in.
It all began when authorities tried to stop a robbery suspect in Exposition Park. He was one of 3 men being pursued after a robbery in Beverly Hills. They bailed out of their car. 2 were arrested. The third, investigators say, carjacked his child's mother and continued the pursuit, adding in the live stream.
It's our baby, bro. You gotta stop, bro.
Not only is this guy driving like a madman, not only does he have his 2-month-old daughter in the car and his child's mother, but he's also taking the time to get on his phone and live stream the whole thing.
The suspect weaving in and out of traffic, zigzagging his way across the city.
Over the median, desperate to get around these busy intersections.
The driver finally trapped by a dead end. Sheriff's deputies surrounding the car, guns drawn, everyone on edge, knowing the infant was in the car and at risk.
Oftentimes in situations like these, the bad guys use the baby as a shield. And it's a great moment of cowardice that when you witness it, it pumps the brakes on everything. As a father, you just can't put yourself in that position as a good father. So when you see a father do that to their child, it strikes a chord in you that you want to make sure that you do everything in your power to bring this guy to justice.
The dangerous driver finally given up, taken into custody. His baby girl rescued unharmed. And that little girl ultimately reunited with her mother, who was not arrested. That driver now facing a long list of charges.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7 content by clicking.
Unbelievable. I'm going to stop sharing for 1 second and just give a little bit more to the story. I think this is where the story is. Hold on 1 second. So robbery suspect ID'd at the live stream himself during a wild chase through LA with the baby in the car. I showed you the video already. Los Angeles, a robbery suspect has been identified by authorities after emerging from a car while holding his 2-month-old daughter at the end of a high-speed chase through Los Angeles. I'm going to call him Mr. Henderson, 21, was taken into custody without incident Wednesday on suspicion of kidnapping, child endangerment, and felony evading. A spokesperson for the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department said he was being held without bail, according to jail records. The incident began with an armed robbery in Beverly Hills. Authorities says Hawthorne police later spotted several suspects in the vehicle, and a chase started around 5:40 p.m. The pursuit headed into the South Los Angeles area as Hawthorne police asked for assistance from sheriff's deputies. The driver pulled over a short time later in South LA, and 3 men jumped out of the car and ran off. Police set up a containment and apprehended 2 of the suspects, who were later turned over to Beverly Hills police. But the third suspect got into another vehicle, a Kia sedan, and quickly took off, and another chase ensued. Deputies at the time believed he had carjacked the vehicle. They weren't aware until later that a woman and her infant daughter were also in the car. The Kia driver fled over surface streets in downtown LA area, weaving through traffic, running red lights, and at times heading the wrong way into oncoming traffic. At one point, the Kia hit 60 to 70 miles per hour on surface streets in the Culver City area. The suspect became trapped when he encountered a dead-end road in Blair Hills. Deputies blocked him in from the back, prompting a tense, minutes-long standoff. The suspect then apparently began to tell authorities he had a baby in the car. Air 7 captured the suspect holding a small child in his lap in the driver's seat. Seconds later, a woman emerged from the back seat, holding the child in her arms. The driver also got out. He hugged the woman and the child before she walked over to the deputies. The suspect then complied with deputies' commands and was handcuffed. Deputies later indicated the suspect was the infant's father. The suspect apparently live streamed during the chase, and the woman can be heard repeatedly shouting at him to pull the car over and telling him he was putting the baby at risk. The woman was not arrested. Deputies provided food and medical attention to the baby girl, as well as changing her diaper, authorities said. The child was initially crying, but later fell asleep and was described in good condition. She was released to her mother. Deputy Andrea Martinez was among the deputies who cared for the child. I was just thankful I was there, Martinez said at an evening news conference. My concern was the baby. She was crying, and I wanted to comfort her. My motherly instincts kicked in. I tried to soothe her, stop her from crying. We ended up taking care of her. It was great to be there. It made me feel like I was holding my daughter when she was small. The deputies said that they were shocked when they realized the suspect had led deputies on a dangerous chase with his own child in the car. It's crazy to think that not only is this guy driving like a madman, not only does he have his 2-month-old daughter in the car and his child's mother, but he's taking the time to get on his phone and live stream the whole thing, said Deputy Tony. It goes beyond words when you meet an individual like that. I just don't understand how the girlfriend was in the area with the baby in the car. That this is eluding me. I don't know, but Leo, you're up. But she was not arrested.
The complexion for the protection. But anywho, because he called her to pick him up. And here, from where I know of, it really doesn't matter the circumstance here in the South or why you was there. You are aiding and abetting in a crime if you drive the getaway car. If you present a getaway car and the robber jumps in and drives, I know people who have got 10, 15 years for just having a car available for a criminal act. So, but anyhow, I don't know the circumstances. Maybe they do believe that she did not know that was, and that's gonna stand in court, perhaps. But anyway, who you procreating with? This man is clearly a fool, and he put his baby as a shield for his own safety. His 2-month-old baby. This man is deplorable, despicable, a piece of trash, some garbage. This man is garbage. He is part of the 13.2, and I hope they throw all the books at him. I don't care nothing about whether or not. And did you see the display of him trying to hug his mom, his baby mother, and the baby? Man, you better get off my line with that. You didn't care nothing about that baby. You put your baby in front of armed law enforcement ahead of your dumb ass. Oh my God. Guns. You put your baby in front of guns. This here is outrageous. And I just seen this story. This is more than I am personally ready to put my emotion on, because this is what you say, too much. This is too much.
Too much. You know what I also thought too, and I'm not saying this is right. He got the nerve. You're gonna be a criminal, but then you can't handle what comes with it, right? I think he felt like live streaming it was going to partially save him, because you see how panicked he looked when he said they're going to unalive me.
But that's all he cared about. He was live streaming, protecting himself. Yep. He put his baby in front to protect himself. To protect himself in front of guns. You put your 2-month-old baby. I can't.
Messy. Too much. Savannah, you're up.
You know, it's unfortunate when we watch these videos that people have lost their sense of civility, humanity, and it seems that they have adopted these lifestyles where they just want to they're not focused on living and everything, that laundry list that he is going to be charged with. And he's 21. By the time he gets out, he probably would be more than his life on outside of those cages. He'll be spending it inside. But he chose to by making a string of bad choices, he chose to be there. It's this young generation that adopts a lifestyle of it's like they, and I don't know if I can say this, Stephen, I apologize, but they have this mentality where they welcome or they do these things where they're so scary and could lead to death, instead of looking for ways to live and better their situation. And I don't understand why this young generation doesn't see that they're, with some hard work and just like we did and the generation before us. But this generation, I don't, to use your child, your seed, as a shield is just absolutely unforgivable. And I just hope that the mother does better than this and makes better choices than picking this person as the father of her child. It's with all this, children being left in cars and the heat and all this. Nothing is sacred anymore, and it's just there's absolutely no regard for humanity or absolutely no kindness and no thought of I should be doing better. It's beyond sad. It's scary now.
Yeah, thank you, Savannah. Julia, you're up.
So he didn't care about his daughter? If we gonna talk, let's talk. The mother of his child was crying, bruh, and she said, now I don't speak the nature of ratchet, but she made common sense approach that I can make out. She said, think of your daughter. They about to turn the guns on your daughter. Think of your daughter. Not once did he care about his daughter. As soon as he said he had a 2-month-old, the officers was like, okay, y'all, let's hold off. Let's not scare the baby. They had the common sense. And they let the mother and child out unharmed, thankfully. I hope this fool gets clinked up. I hope he gets put under the jail. No, not under the jail. In the jail for a long time. And he's charged with everything because he risked a whole lot of lives. Even his newborn baby that he didn't even care about. I don't have sympathy for him. I have sympathy for the mother, his child, and his daughter. But not him. That's it, and that's all.
Thank you, Julius. Katrina, you're up.
Looking at his tats, and I'm not judging on how people look, but you can look and see that he was like the thug life or whatsoever. But and he was most definitely wrong. But once the police knew a baby was in that car, they should have held off on chasing him. Reason why I say that is because he could have injured a whole lot of people's lives going as fast as was going, and injured the people lives and the people in the car lives. Because like Leo said, why was the girl right there for him to jump in the car? And the thing of it is the helicopters had him. So he wasn't gonna get away if he thought he was gonna get away. They had him. The helicopter was following him. I think they should have backed off, held off until he got to a place where he stopped at or whatsoever, and they could radio in and let him know where he was at, because he risked a lot of people's lives, and so did the cops. And while they've doing those type of chases, they don't know how things gonna end up. He could have caught, even though because they was chasing him for a robbery. So whatever he would have did, it would have been like a felony murder. I mean, a felony unaliving of somebody if something would have happened, and the cops they would be charged as well. So I think that they should have backed off, let the cop in the air follow them, and when because he won't have to stop, and they could have radioed and let him know where this person was, because when they be doing those cop chases, a lot of people's lives be in danger. The baby life was in danger, the girl life was in danger, his life was in danger, and the other people that was on the road life was in danger because he wasn't planning on stopping. He didn't care how he got away. So I think they should have backed off and let the person let the eye in the sky let them know where he was, just in case something else would have happened. Because in his mind, he thinking he's going to be unalive, and then you use your baby as a shield. So you don't care about nobody else's life that's on the road. So either or, he's going to get exactly what's coming to him, because he's not going to get away because he risked a lot of people's lives. Then he was running from robbing somebody, so he got a lot of stuff stacked up against him. But I'm just glad the baby is okay. And like I said, the girl, she got off of it scot free. You know, I understand that, but I guess things works in certain people's favor. But either or, he's gonna get his just due, because, like I said, he put a lot of people's lives at risk doing what he was doing. That's all I got, Devo.
Thank you. Felicia, you're up.
Yeah, you're right, Diva. It's too much. It's too much. It's been a bad week on this train. Every night.
I'm sorry.
We got a bad parent on board. Now we need to clean this train up. We need to get these these bad spirited energy people off this train car. This is too much. It's Thursday. We done did 4 nights in a row of bad parenting with very small, defenseless children. And here we come to Thursday and we got an infant. And if I'm not mistaken from the footage you showed us, this infant wasn't in no car seat or anything, was it?
I'm feeling that way, but I'm hoping that wasn't the case.
To God the glory, this baby was unharmed. Because when they show the footage and he's exiting the vehicle, it looks like he took the infant off the passenger seat. I was like, what am I seeing? Why do I have to see this stuff?
Yeah.
But it tells you how depraved we are. I'm starting to believe that there is no real thought as to what it takes to make a baby. So an infant is so undervalued, considered nothing less than. I'm in shock. And I hope he does get charged with everything he can possibly get charged with. And I hope they put him away for a very long time. And I hope he gets some education and some rehabilitation, because it was just depraved indifference from the beginning all the way to the end. There was no consideration for any kind of life, anybody on the road, like Katrina said. No one.
Not even his own seed.
Listen, Leo, I hate to break this to you, but I wouldn't be surprised after lockup he don't ask for a paternity test. Listen, because there's no value here. This, we're using this term, his seed, his child, but does he really see this child that way? I don't think so. I don't think so. And I really don't believe in long-term prison sentences. I know jail doesn't rehab anybody, but maybe they can get in here and start rehabbing some of these young people, because we need them to find some real purpose in life, something hopeful, something good, because this is not it. And I got one last question. Where was he driving to? Where did he think he was going?
He didn't know. That's why he ended up in that dead end.
And he's stupid. So on top of everything else, and he's stupid.
He had no clue. And you know what? God led him to that dead end to finally save that baby.
Absolutely. I agree with you.
Baby. Save that baby. Because I was confused, but Leo helped me. How did this mother just happen to end up near the crime scene so he could carjack her? And then how did they call it a carjacking and she can't? But I'm going to let her live. But I feel like she needs to probably be locked up with the daddy. Because there's something, the math ain't mathing for me.
You got it, Diva. You done put the whole story together. And she got away with it. She got away with it. Because that's not, whatever the story they telling, that's not the truth. She was called to the scene by him, and she picked him up.
Well, if we can be somewhat giving an extension of grace, maybe he didn't tell her he just robbed some people and the popos on his tail. I don't know.
What they do that all the time. That's not a new scenario that they was not told. The people still get charged though, Felicia. Down here, they still get charged.
Okay. I receive it. Well, we'll see what tomorrow brings. But I was sending that mother to the jail last night, and this one can go too. I'm gonna be consistent, okay? Yeah. You're part of the problem. You go do the time. Go serve together, okay? I'm done, Diva.
I appreciate you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm hoping tomorrow train ride, if I'm on board, it's
Well,
not
you done gave me the word, so I'm gonna figure that thing out. You told me to get it together. I get it. You said the train was heavy all week. I'm gonna lighten the train up tomorrow. Wayne, you're up.
You can pass me. I don't have an intelligent comment.
Okay, I hear you. I'm gonna roll right into the feel good story, which I happen to love RuPaul. And this is a RuPaul story.
RuPaul is everything. Absolutely.
Now let the music play.
RuPaul Charles is here to slay.
Hello, hello, hello.
The host of the hit series, RuPaul's Drag Race.
I can't wait to see how this turns out.
The beloved LGBTQ plus icon, pushing boundaries for decades. Fans saying because of RuPaul, they feel more accepted and comfortable in their own skin. All while becoming the most famous drag queen in the world. And the most awarded Black artist in Emmy's history.
We have released into the wild hundreds of drag queens.
Did a young RuPaul imagine the level of stardom you have achieved? No, not to this level.
Now, he's sharing his story like never before in his new memoir, The House of Hidden Meanings.
The House of Hidden Meanings really uncovers your origin story and layers of your life that we've never seen before. So why did you decide that now was the time to kind of peel back the curtain? I was able to forge a path for myself with so much love and support. And I wanted to tell that story. And I wanted to let young people know that there is a way to navigate these difficult waters.
He's opening up about the heartbreak in his childhood, overcoming substance abuse, and becoming a drag queen television titan.
What if I made it so fun, so likable, so family friendly that you could show it to your grandmother? 2 spoonfuls of Diana Ross, a pinch of Cher, a shake of Dolly Parton, all sealed with Walt Disney's family friendliness.
The early years helping shape the superstar to who he is today, growing up in a tense household in 1960s San Diego.
You know, there's one scene in the book where my parents are acting all crazy. My mother got angry at my father for, philandering around, and she poured gasoline all over his car and said, "I will light this on fire," because she was so angry at him. But the whole neighborhood, and my sisters and I included, were across the street watching this scene unfold. Both parents could have died. Our house could have burned down.
I want to talk about your mother.
Okay.
Ooh,
Yeah.
She did not hold back.
She didn't. I got to tell you, I loved her so much. I liked her a lot. She liked me. And she didn't like a lot of people. She was so real. I'm really both my mother and my father. My public persona is very charming like my father. And my mother is was very introverted and very suspicious. And I'm that too. I'm all of those things.
And your mom knew way back who you were, that you were gay.
She was able to recognize the truth when she saw it. So she had no judgment about that. She wasn't like, "You're gonna go to hell," or she wasn't like that at all. And she knew that who I was and am is authentic and true.
His parents divorcing when RuPaul was only 7 years old. His father leaving the home.
I read where you'd be on the porch, waiting for him, and he would not come. And there came a time that you said, "You know what? That's his loss."
Yeah.
Have you healed from that?
It was my deepest wound. And through therapy and building trust with that child who still lives inside of me, I've been able to heal myself.
Amid those painful early years, a bright spot, a young RuPaul drawn to the glow of television.
I love the Carol Burnett show. I love Cher always. I love everything about television. I think it has something to do with this. It's a community. It's a tribal community of laughter and of shared experiences. When I was 11, 12 on PBS, they used to show Monty Python's Flying Circus show. And I thought, those are my people. I must go and find my people, because they were irreverent, they were funny, they didn't take life too seriously, which I knew from an early age, that's the ticket.
Moving to Atlanta in his teenage years, he spent time appearing on a public access television program, The American Music Show.
If they don't treat you no better, no how, nowhere, Atlanta, Georgia, right here. Yes, sir.
The experience propelling him forward.
You have to put yourself out there. I've done so many things where I thought, where I was awful, I was terrible, but I had to put myself out there because I knew that my destiny was waiting for me.
His destiny, picking up gigs from Atlanta to New York, persevering through periods of homelessness, and finally finding success, releasing the hit song Supermodel in '93. And appearing on MTV News, a moment he watched with his mother.
Right before she died, she got to see the very beginning of my becoming famous. She was literally on her deathbed, and I had told her, you know, let's watch MTV because there's a report that's coming on of me.
Everybody is a drag queen. I mean, you're born naked and the rest is drag.
So we watched it, and she said, Ru, you are crazy, which was the greatest compliment coming from her. And she got to see that everything that she had said would happen for me was happening.
But the price of stardom came with pitfalls.
You don't hesitate about talking about being, at a time, dependent on drugs. Mm-hmm. And you really go there in telling the story in various times and periods of your life. What was it like for you in writing this to sit back in those dark times again?
Well, because I am still in a 12-step program, it has prepared me to accept life on life's terms. And so all of that stuff led me to where I am today. I needed to go through that.
Finding sobriety alongside his husband, George LeBar.
He's my favorite person I've ever met.
So does it feel different being married after?
No. We were destined to be together. We tried to split up. It just wasn't going to happen.
It's good when you find your person.
It's the greatest gift I've ever been given in my life. No joke. It really is.
Now, RuPaul is on a level all his own. The undisputed queen of drag, as he so famously reminded Jimmy Fallon in 2020.
This was gigantic. This is the first time a drag queen has ever been put on the cover.
A drag queen? A drag queen? I am the queen of drag.
And the drag race empire now spanning the globe.
You have 16 highly acclaimed seasons, 29 Emmys, several spinoffs. Did you ever imagine having this kind of impact with the show?
I did not imagine that the show would be as popular and impactful as it has been, but I am so grateful that it is, because we get to hear these stories of these young people who are so courageous and so brilliant. And we really hold a mirror up to them so that they can see how brilliant they are.
Each episode always ending with his mantra of self-respect.
And remember, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell you gonna love somebody else?
Because if you can't love yourself,
how are you gonna love somebody else?
Someone picking up the book. What is it that you want them to be able to take away, to let them realize the superpower they have within themselves, as you were able to do?
The book is a handbook, a guide, a how-to find your own truth. Learn how to know what it is you came here to do. What can you bring to the party? Life is a party, then you better bring something. Otherwise, you won't be invited back.
You are still getting this party started.
Our thanks to Robin.
I thought it was a great story. I love RuPaul. I hope y'all enjoyed it too. Listen,
I love this diva. I loved it.
Wasn't it good? Yeah, he's such a sweetheart. And been with his husband for a long time. That's a really good thing too.
They make 30 years this year.
You better come on with the information, Julius. That is beautiful. 30 years. Listen, guys, if you didn't hit the like button on your way in, please hit it on your way out. Thank you for being here. I am going to have Light Friday, okay? In the name of Felicia, I'm going to lighten this thing up. If I got to start looking for the light stories now, I'm going to shine the brightness on Friday. Anyway, guys, thanks for being here. Hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next video.
Choo-choo.
Aww.